This picture is so important. There you are with Dr. King, with James Orange. There's another person there that I don't recognize. And there you are holding up, it looks like a bank book. What was going on there?
One of the battles that really made a major impact in my life happened while I was pastor of a church on the south side of Chicago. And we formed a committee called the Englewood Action Committee because the bank was the central power in a move to buy up housing in our community, tear it down, and create what effectively was a system of highways and interchanges so that whites who had previously lived in the community and were major supporters of the businesses in that community and hadn't fled as black homeowners became a larger and larger number, could come into the community again, not know, or at least not contact black the neighbors, buy what they wanted to buy, get back on the road and get out, and not feel threatened. It was a sort of a survival hope of the businesses in 63rd and Halsted Street. And the banker was a real friend of Richard J. Daley, and so it was really embedded in the power structure of the city. We had conducted a boycott of 63rd and Halsted Street with black Santa Clauses passing out balloons saying, "Do not shop at 63rd and Halsted Street," with flyers that explained what I just explained to you. And one had planned withdrawal of funds from that bank as a demonstration and trying to get highlighting somehow the issue. And heard that Dr. King, who at that time had moved to Chicago to work on housing issues, was going to be coming and joining us in this demonstration where ministers were taking their savings out of the local bank, the only bank actually in the community, which absolutely was a stunningly happy occurrence. And he did come, and we went down to the bank. We took our money out. At the end, James Orange, who's the guy with the special little hat, suggested you burn you and Dr. King burn those bank books. So we had a couple of bank books, and we set them on fire. You can't really see the fire very well, but we set a fire down there that day. And that photo was taken by a reporter for the Chicago Defender, with the black newspaper in Chicago, which I was fortunate enough to recover, thanks to inspiration from my son BJ, to get the copy of the photo, and the photographer sent me the original.
Wow.
And we've made copies of it and have circulated it fairly freely and proudly. Because it's just a demonstration of the impact that Dr. King has on what I call the ordinary people, which millions of those ordinary people got up on their feet, maybe for the first time in their lives, to say, I am somebody, I count, I matter, I can make a difference. That spirit was the most vital piece of the civil rights movement. That spirit just flooded the country for a decade or more. And while we didn't win the battle on urban renewal in 63rd and Halsted, we were really deeply spirited, deeply encouraged to just keep up the fight, not give up. Don't move away. Stay with it. Keep going. And we did through a really bitterly cold winter. We continued to picket and demonstrate. And that photo for me just captures the real gift that Dr. King brought with him wherever he went. people were just excited to be with him, to be beside him. I was out of my mind. I didn't know what was going on. I just said, somebody said, do something, I did something. It's a great memory, and it's a great contribution. What that meant to those of us who were struggling with a fight we were losing, that we did not think any less of ourselves. We did not back down. We did not give up. We kept on fighting, is a major revelation. You know, somehow that spirit needs to be captured, needs to be supported, and what folks typically call, I guess, grassroots movements, need to be enlivened. And we, who are in them, need to feel good about ourselves. We need to capture the fact that we are doing something that nobody thought we could do, or that we would do, or that we would continue doing. And in that action, there's a movement toward a power that, in my judgment, can't be beaten.